Oh my gosh, can we just take a minute? I have missed y'all so much. I made a promise to myself that I would commit to doing YouTube videos again, so I bought studio lighting. Isn't it pretty? So today I'm just going to reintroduce myself. I'm going to reinvent my channel. The Beauty Roses Guru is gone and it's officially Lindsay Rose now. This is our fresh new start. So I'm going to start off today's video with the March favorites, but just a quick where was I? For the past 2 years I've been getting my nursing degree. And then after I graduated nursing school, went and took my boards. Then I had also been planning a wedding as well, and so I moved out of my parents' house, got married, got my first official nursing job, and that's that. So I've been doing nursing for about a year, got married, and I've been kind of getting into the same groove. And so now that I'm kind of a little bit more settled, I feel like I can come back to YouTube and fully commit to it again. I was really missing it, and I was missing interaction with you guys, and I just love the makeup world so much, and I just wanted to come back. So without further ado, I'm going to start with my March favorites. So the first thing on my favorites is the foundation, and I've always loved foundation. It's my favorite part of makeup besides everything else. So my favorite foundation of the moment is Dior Star Foundation. I actually had wore Dior ever since I found this. I feel like this is wedding worthy. I feel like this is just one of the best foundations I've ever used. I would say that this is definitely medium to full coverage. You can definitely build this up to full coverage without any problems. It's got a satin, I would say satin to dewy finish. It's not exactly matte, but it's not super dewy like Urban Decay Naked Skin. That I would consider a dewy foundation, as to where this definitely has some kind of oil control just a little bit, and also depending upon the primers that you use and whatever bases you use, I would say this definitely you could use something to mattify your T-zone, and then this would work for people with oily skin. I absolutely love this because of the coverage, and it's actually, I think that this is actually, it's a beautiful foundation for pictures. It's a beautiful foundation for special events, date nights. And I've even worn it for work, and I do 12-hour shifts, and I've noticed how this is a really beautiful foundation, and it lasts a long time on my shifts. It does require some powder touch-ups. What foundation doesn't, almost? But I do really love this foundation. I've been using it a lot this month, and my color right now is 021. I'm normally NC 25, and it's a really good match for me. So if you're around my color range, I'm light, definitely light to medium, and I do self-tan, and this is a really good color for my self-tan color. And so yeah, Dior Star. The next thing I want to talk about is a lip combo I'm wearing right now, and it's actually one of my favorite everyday lip combos. I've been using MAC Soar and the Too Faced Melted Liquid Lipstick and Melted Sugar. This is a beautiful combo. I love lining my lips and filling in my full lip with this, and then I love popping this right in the middle, and the colors are just beautiful. I'm a big fan of taking like darker colors or dark berry colors like Soar, and then filling in or paling down a lip color with MAC Myth or MAC Creme de Nude lipstick. Those are my two favorite nudes, and I would say this is right up there with that, except for this actually mattifies a lip color. Whatever lip color you're using, this one normally mattify, and this lasts longer than MAC Myth or Creme de Nude. So I've actually really been enjoying this. Like the Creme de Nude and Myth colors, this does have the tendency to kind of pale out your lips, almost like a concealer lip. And I cannot wear this on its own, but I always like to pair it to pale down a lip color, and this is just beautiful to do that with. This lip pencil, MAC Soar, this is a staple, I think, in everybody's makeup bag. This is definitely a favorite. I love the color. It's a berry color, and that's what I have on my lip today with this on it as well. And I just love this color, and thank you, Kylie Jenner, for making it big. Okay, I want to talk about something else that I know is getting a lot of hype, and it's had a lot of hype for a couple of years now. I do believe it's been out for quite a while. It's something that I've been using. I normally use to contour my Too Faced bronzer in Chocolate Soleil in the darker shade, and I've always thought that the contour was a little too warm for me if I wanted to use that specific shade as a contour shade. I didn't really have a lot of options, so I went and bought the Anastasia contour kit, and I really like this middle shade. This full kit, some shades I don't really use as much. I don't use this shade as much. You've probably heard a lot of people say they don't use this color that much. This is a great dupe for MAC Saddle though. I really love this color in the eyes as a crease color. So I love using that though. And then these top three colors, these two colors I like to use under my eye to set my under eye concealer. It's a really great color. The only thing I wish that this palette had was something a little bit lighter than these two shades, and I do believe Anastasia, they've come out and said that, you know, they're not going to make anything paler because they're scared that it would look too chalky under the eyes. This is a beautiful highlight shade, and I love using these two. This one is very similar to Too Faced Chocolate Soleil in the dark color, and this one, since it's more of a gray undertone, that's what I think is really great, just to chisel out your cheekbones and to use in all the specific areas that you would to contour, like through your forehead, underneath your cheekbones, and on the side of the nose, or under your chin. And I just think this is an overall great palette. I think it's great for travel, and I would recommend it to anybody trying to get into contour. I really want to try the NYX version of the contour palette. I think that would be a really great dupe to this, since it is cheaper. It's a cheaper palette with some similar shades from what I could tell from swatches online, and so that might be something worth looking at. Is definitely going to your local Ulta or going online and looking at the NYX contour palettes. But overall, this has worked really great for me. I really like it, and I like the powders. They're very blendable. They're not patchy on me, and they seem to work with the rest of my makeup, so I'm really enjoying this right now. Now I have two Becca products that I really want to talk about. I really love these two. One's a highlighter, one's a blush. This highlighter I first heard about, I think is Jaclyn Hill, I think. It was the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector in Moonstone. This is a really pretty highlighter for people with pale skin, simply because of the champagne yellow color and the undertone. It's a very brightening highlighter. I don't know if you can see that, but it really looks flattering on very pale skin as well. I'll notice that highlighters specifically, certain shades can actually, you can see the stripe of the highlighter. If it's you know, not pale enough or not a light enough color, you can actually see, you know, a pink tinge or a champagne tinge of the color. A lot of highlighters lose that highlighting property for my pale skin, and so this is actually bright enough for me and light enough for me where it doesn't show that streak or that line. Like MAC Soft and Gentle, I know that tends to leave a mark on my cheeks whenever I use that, whenever I'm not using any self tanner, but this doesn't. This is actually really great at highlighting and keeping that area bright, like you would want to when you're using a highlighter. And so this is a beautiful product. It doesn't have any, you know, it doesn't have any grainy shimmers in it. The actual powder itself is super silky smooth. I take the Real Techniques brush. You can actually buy these at Walmart or at Ulta. It's a pretty stark highlight if you don't use the right brush. I like this brush because it does tend to diffuse out the product and make it blend in really pretty, and so I really love this highlighter. I'm so glad that I got it. It was really expensive, and it was hard to bite the bullet, but I bought this for my wedding day. I wore it for my wedding day, and I've loved it. Another Becca product that I love is the blush in Wild Honey. Now this is such a pretty color for when you have a little bit of a color on you, because this is more like a burnt peach color, and I really love this color. It's very blendable, very smooth, and it's so easy. It's very pigmented, and it's very easy to get overboard with some of these blushes because Becca is so pigmented with their products. I really like this because when I have a little bit of a color, or I have a little bit of color on my skin, I love to just use this at the back of my apples and just kind of diffuse it forward, and just the look of it kind of gives you just this really bronzy glow, and it really just accentuates your skin tone, and it just is a really flattering color. Now I don't like using this whenever I don't have any color on me. I like to use more of the pinks, more of the peachy pinks, because this color tends to run pretty like orange on the skin. It's a little too warm for me whenever I'm at my palest, because the color just just doesn't, it looks like I've stuck a lot of bronzer on my skin when I haven't. It's too peachy for me when I'm at my palest. So I just prefer this whenever I have a little bit of color, and I think this really does show off a tan. Like if somebody's got a really nice tan, this would be such a pretty color because it does have a bit of a glow to it. It's very subtle, but when you pair it with the highlighter, it's beautiful. I love this color. It's one of my favorites, and I'm so glad that I got it. I have a couple of other Becca blushes, and I think this one's my favorite. Okay, I have two more products to talk about. This one is actually very interesting. I did not plan to buy this, but this was definitely a birthday present for myself. And I got it this past month, and I've been using it almost every day since. It's got so many different looks I can do with it. For every day or for at night. I love it, love it, love it. And it's the MAC, what is it? Times 15 Warm Neutral Palette. This is such a great palette if you are a beginner to MAC. They have a cool tone 15 shade palette just like this, but a lot more grays and like lavender colors and just a bunch of cooler tones. I would say this is my favorite because I tend to wear more warm colors anyway. I tend to gravitate to more oranges and like the dark burgundies and the bronze and the golds. I've always found those more flattering on myself, and this is just a beautiful palette. Everything in here is pigmented. You do have a few duplicate shades that come from their permanent line, and you also have some shades that are coming back from old collections that they've brought out. This is Brulee and this is Saddle. That's my favorite, but this is probably one of my most favorite in the crease shades. And I love Brulee because it's a great like matte shade for the brow bone or just all over lid color. I love taking this color right here. This is Vanilla Extract. This is Honey Lust. I'm sorry. Honey Lust. I love getting some Fix Plus on a brush and then just taking this and patting it on my eyes and giving it like a foiled look with some Saddle in the Crease Brulee and Hay over in the brow bone. And that's such a pretty look. It looks so glowy and so summertime, and just, oh my gosh, I just love this so much. And then some other colors like this. I love this yellow color Lemon Tart. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. And this brown right here is probably one of my favorite browns ever because it's got that warm burgundy, but it's not super shimmery, and so it's a really good crease color. And then this really dark, it's almost like it's got some warmth to it. It kind of looks like MAC's Mystery, but it's a little bit darker, and it's got a little bit of a purple tone underneath it. It's kind of hard to describe, but I talked to a MAC rep who said that they actually cut the price down on these palettes because this originally opened in the pro stores and then had come out to the public and was released to the public MAC stores for $100, and because of the competition with the Urban Decay Naked palettes, that they actually cut the price down to $85. And so I figured, you know, I had a gift card at the time. I figured $85, you know, if you buy a MAC pan color, that's normally a $10 eyeshadow per pan, and so I figured since you get 15 only for $85, I thought it was a great deal. And I just think this is the best investment I've made this month on makeup, and this is just a beautiful palette. I'll use this forever, I think. And I have a ton of MAC shadows, and I just think this will just be a great one to add to my collection. And so, yeah, I'm really, really happy with this one. Now, this one is a little bit beat up because my puppy had gotten in my pocketbook and had chewed up the tip. But this is the Maybelline The Rocket. Now, this came out, I think, maybe last year or a year or two. I'm not sure, but I really, really love this mascara. It's in the waterproof version, and I know some people don't like waterproof, but I'm telling you, this is amazing at keeping your eyelashes curled. I love the tip because the plastic bristles really separate your eyelashes, and the formula itself just curls and elongates your eyelashes and holds them up, and the formula, it lasts forever. I never get any flaking, any smudging. I really love just getting waterproof versions of all my mascaras, but this mascara, it just beats it all out because I've even had people ask me if I'm wearing fake eyelashes while wearing this, because this is just, you can't beat it. I feel like this is one of the best mascaras out there. I'll put this against any other of my high-end mascaras because I feel like this is just so good. Well, I think that's it, y'all. So I hope you enjoyed this favorites video. I've really missed doing these. These are some of my favorite to film and favorite to watch. So yeah, I hope you stay tuned. Thank you so much for the people who did stay subscribed to this channel, and we're going to do it up. And so I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will be back to talk to you guys in a later video. I'll see you later. Bye.